So let me ask you, would you say that you're someone that is a victim or are you the victor? Are you someone that blames everything else around you for the reason you're in the position you are in today? Because if that's the case, there's no one else that can save you but yourself. It doesn't matter what course you do. It doesn't matter how much you go to the gym. It doesn't matter what magic pill or fucking quick fix you sign up for. If you're not willing to make the change and actually take ownership of where you're at in your life, nothing will ever change. G'day, legends. Welcome to another episode of the INTOCHANGE podcast, and thank you for joining me, your host, Ben Lowe. Now, before we go any further, as always, I know, I have a very small favor to ask, and that's if you haven't already, please just go and subscribe. Send this to one of your friends. And remember that the more eyes and ears I can get on this podcast, the bigger and better guests I can bring for you guys. And in turn, the more value I'm going to be able to deliver. Because that's what this is all about. It's about giving you guys as much as I can for free so that you can hopefully start to make some changes in your life. Because remember, change starts with you. I mean, I can give you the tools, but it's up to you to pull the trigger. So today, I want to talk about resilience and discomfort. And resilience is something that's built. It's not something that everyone's born with. It's something that we gain through our experiences in life. But it comes down to a choice that we make. Now, I'm going to take you back to when I was a little bit younger. You know, I was fucking up a lot. I was going to jail. I was getting ripped off by people left, right, and center. I was in shitty relationships. I was smoking drugs. I was selling drugs. I was doing all the things. And you know what? I wouldn't change a fucking thing. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for those things there and all of that experience that I went through, I wouldn't be where I am today. And all the time, people go, man, you're so fucking lucky. I wish I had your life and all that sort of stuff. But to be fair, if they knew everything that went in to me getting to where I am today, I don't think you really would want it. Because there was a lot of shit that went down. I got carjacked at one point at gunpoint. I had a shotgun shoved down my throat over 20 grand. I had guns pulled on me multiple times. I got jumped. I almost got stabbed. Luckily, I never did. But there was a whole lot of stuff that happened in my life. And the thing is, for a very long time, I played the victim here. I was like, poor me. Why am I in jail again? Fuck the police. Fuck my parents. Fuck everyone else. But there was a moment where I started to, let's try that again. There was a moment where I started to realize that the key component here that was similar in every single one of these situations was me. I was the problem. And so when I had that moment of realization, it allowed me to take a step back and go, where are the things that I need to work on in my life so I can start to make changes to these things? And from that point on, it didn't happen overnight. Where I am today compared to where I was back then was 8 years in the process. Really, to get me to where I am today, it's taken me 31 years. Because for a very long time, from a very young age, I was always rebelling. I was always doing the things I probably shouldn't have done. But once again, I wouldn't change a thing because it's made me resilient. Meaning that I can withstand pressure. I can withstand things that the world might throw at me. And whereas someone might go, okay, this is fucking shit. I'm going to play the victim. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to go and turn to drinking. I'm going to go and turn to drugs and add more to the problem. It's given me the mindset now where I can go, well, that's kind of shit that happened, but what am I going to do moving forward? Because at the end of the day, I got myself here. I can get myself out. And now I know that there's a lot of circumstances in the world that we cannot control. Lots of circumstances. But the one thing we have full control and full autonomy over is our choices and our actions and the decisions we make after the circumstances take place. So let me ask you, would you say that you're someone that is a victim or are you the victor? Are you someone that blames everything else around you for the reason you're in the position you are in today? Because if that's the case, there's no one else that can save you but yourself. It doesn't matter what course you do. It doesn't matter how much you go to the gym. It doesn't matter what magic pill or fucking quick fix you sign up for. If you're not willing to make the change and actually take ownership of where you're at in your life, nothing will ever change. And that's the second part of this, right? So the second part of this is getting uncomfortable. So discomfort, in other words. And even though change always feels uncomfortable, it's generally on the other side of discomfort where the best things in life happen. For me, so true. All right. Being alone for a long time, which was very uncomfortable for me. Previous to that, I was in and out of relationships. I was seeing multiple girls. I was a womanizer. And it all just came down to me trying to fill my needs with other people because I couldn't fill them for myself. But after being alone and doing a lot of the work, I finally got myself to a place where I was comfortable within my own company. Comfortable as, like to the point where I'd happily sit at home and read a book by myself at night with no phone, no distractions. And luckily enough, I've got my son with me 50-50. So when he'd come over, I'd be able to be more present with him too, rather than trying to chase girls and put time into things that weren't really going to serve me. But it was a very uncomfortable journey. And discomfort is a natural part of life. But unfortunately, from a very young age, we get told don't do things that make you what? That make you uncomfortable. But it's only in discomfort where growth can occur. So resilience and discomfort are the two key components that got me to where I am today. And for that, I'm so thankful. But the thing is, like I said, I wouldn't take back any of the experiences that I went through because those are the things that got me to start to become really uncomfortable or really comfortable being uncomfortable and also to become more resilient. Because like I said, after all this shit that's happened to me, I've still got a fucking smile on my face. I don't hate anyone. I haven't got enemies that I know of or that I think. Maybe I do. If you do, drop a comment below. Let me know that you hate me. But I haven't got enemies that I know of because now I know that at the end of the day, life doesn't get any easier. The world's going to continue to throw shit your way. People are going to shit all over you. There's going to be friends of yours that rip you off. There's going to be people that do you wrong. There's going to be situations that are unfair. But at the end of the day, you just get better at dealing with these things. But it comes down to a choice that you make. And it comes down to your, what's the word I'm looking for here? Your definition of happiness. For a lot of people, happiness is a tangible thing they think they can go and get. But no, happiness is a state of mind. It's a choice. It's something that you decide. So I'm going to wake up today and I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to let anything get me down. It doesn't matter what the world throws at me. Fuck, mate. I got a massive tax bill like literally 2 weeks ago and I was talking to my housemates about this and they're like, fuck, bro, you must be so livid. I'm like, nah, bro, that's my own fault. If I'd have paid my tax and actually put money away like I was meant to be doing every week, I wouldn't be in this position. So I've got no one else to blame but myself. You know, I've got a speeding fine. It's like, fuck. Technically, I've just lost my license in New South Wales, but, you know, don't tell anyone. And, you know, if I was in the wrong mindset around that, it would have been like, fuck, well, you know, now I can't drive in New South Wales. That's kind of shit. That means I can't go skydiving. But once again, I put myself in that predicament. If I wasn't driving on my phone, it wouldn't be an issue, right? So I guess another key component here is ownership and taking ownership of your life and everything in it. So realizing that a lot of the time, we put ourselves in shitty situations. We put ourselves in predicaments that aren't going to be favorable for us. And then we want to blame everyone else. We want to blame the law. We want to blame the speed camera. We want to blame the ex-missus. We want to blame our friends. We want to blame our family. But it comes down to a choice. A choice to not let anything else or anyone else impact your peace of mind or your state of mind where you're at currently. And like I said, if you can start to adopt this mindset, it doesn't matter what the world throws at you because you're always going to overcome that. Yeah, just like there is always sun at the end of a rainy day, and there is always night. There is always day at the end of the night. At the end of everything bad in your life, there will always be something good if you allow yourself to move forward and let go of it, whatever it is that's keeping you stuck in that situation. And the best thing about this is that then that becomes a life lesson because you've overcome that. It becomes part of your hero's journey, which is something I'm learning a lot more about. Thanks to Corey Boutwell. Shout out, my man. But every time you overcome these hardships, you get stronger and stronger and more resilient and take on tools that you might not have necessarily had to deal with situations that are going to then help you in the future. Because like I said, it doesn't matter what the world throws at you. You'll always be able to overcome it if you adopt the right mindset, you have the right people around you, and you realize that bad doesn't last forever. COVID, for instance, everyone was like, when is this going to end? That can't last forever. We have to adapt. We have to pivot. And this isn't just in relation to pandemics and things like that in our life, but in relation to absolutely every area of our life. Nothing is promised apart from tax, which I know all about, or death, right? Nothing else is promised. You could literally get hit by a car tomorrow. You could literally find yourself in financial hardship because the market crashes tomorrow. Anything could happen. And once again, a prime example of that is COVID. And if you sit around and go, poor me, why did this happen? Fuck the government, fuck this, fuck that. Well, you're never going to move past it. You're never going to move forward. But if you can adopt that mindset okay, this is the problem, but what is the solution? Well, in turn, you're always going to be able to move forward. And even if it's only step by step and you're making progress little bit by little bit, it's going to be better than staying stuck in the thing that was obviously causing the issues for you in the first place, whatever it might have been, and wallowing in your own sorrow. So my question to you today is, are you a victim in your story or a victor? And how can you adopt the mindset of resilience and the mindset around getting comfortable being uncomfortable to help to aid you in your journey towards becoming your happiest, healthiest self? Just a quick one for you today, guys. And as you know, if there is anything you guys want me to speak about or want me to give my opinion on or whatever, please shoot me a comment below, send me a message on Instagram, and let me know what it is you'd like to see more of on this podcast, because I'd rather be giving you guys the value that you want than just talking about the things that I want to talk about, because trust me, there's a lot of those. See you on the next episode, guys.